BadSecretMedia.com.
We should. I hate Bad Secret Media.
Gamers, welcome to the Secret Levels podcast. Hope you're ready to come play with us tonight, but hey, don't lose your head, because heads are gonna roll, and bounce, and kill people.
I'm player one, Toby.
I am player 2, Goobs!
And we do a retro video game review show where we talk about some old classics and some not so classics.
Some games you never heard about. Some games you wish you never heard about.
We talk about the history, the gameplay, fun facts.
Then we step right into the rage meter. It's like, do you want to take a freaking remote control and shove it in your urethra and then change the channels by using a hammer?
Ouch.
Yeah, that's raging.
Or we not like to give it a nice rating at the end also.
Yeah, we like to get nice and calm and zen and give it a rating from 1 to 10 because we're a simple folk all the way to the end. Bars.
Bars, you got them. Now, you wouldn't have bars if you didn't have a head.
No, you need a head to get a head.
You need a head to get head?
That works too.
Heyo! So, let's talk about the game that we picked for this episode.
Oh, the spooky episode.
The spooky, scary
The spooky
episode.
month of October continues. Mwah.
That's right. And we picked Decap Attack.
With Chuck D. Head.
With Chuck D. Head. Oh, the
Pretty
puns.
sure there's a porn star called that.
Chuck D. Head? Oh, man. If not, that's our joint porn star name.
Chuck, you're Chuck and I'm D-Head?
There you go. Should we go ahead and chunk our heads into some details?
Let's get right into the deets. Deets nuts. I've been holding on to that for fucking 60 episodes.
I'm glad you got it out of your system. So this game was released on October 1991 in
timing.
North America. Yeah, perfect timing. It was developed by Victokia. I don't know if we're saying that right, but Victokia is how we're going to say it.
The stronger you say it, the better it sounds.
Victokia!
See? Look, I believe you.
Yeah, I believe myself now. It was published by SEGA. And it was released on the Sega Genesis.
16-bit arcade graphics.
And it was also included in the Sega Genesis collection for the PlayStation 2 and PSP, and Sonic's Ultimate Genesis collection on Xbox 360 and PS3. So there's a couple of ways to play this game.
Yeah, or you can find a loosey-goosey copy somewhere. We'll tell you the price later on when I get it wrong.
So this is a single-player platformer, and there's a bit of a story, Goobs.
Is there? Oh, it's my favorite part of the freaking week. It's time for story time with Toby.
Chuck D. Head was once a man. Now he is several men. Dr. Frank N. Stein made you the man you are today, except with no head on your shoulders, but an extra head in your chest for some reason.
That's a lot of head.
That's a lot of head. What do you expect from someone who probably didn't have good insurance, right? Haha, get it? Get it? We have bad insurance in America?
Yeah, we got good healthcare. You'd never turn in a Chuck D head up here.
Yeah. You'll never have a head in your chest. So the reason Dr. Stein created you was because he needs your help. The evil Max Decap.
Get it? Because he decapitated?
Yeah, Max Decap has recruited some of Dr. Stein's creations to make an army. So it's basically up to you to stop him.
So it's basically Mega Man.
It's basically Mega Man, yeah. So Max Decap has apparently moved the island around. I guess you're on this island, which looks like a skeleton.
Yeah, like a skeleton warrior, like the old toys or cartoon.
Yeah, and every level you complete, it brings the island back together. If you help stop Max Decap, Dr. Stein has a special reward for you.
You get head.
You get your head back.
Yep.
And your name is Charlie.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. So anyways, this game should probably take you about 2 to 3 hours to beat if you're an experienced gamer. How much time do you think you put into it?
A lot more time than that, but I haven't played this game, and I found the difficulty very difficult at times.
Yeah.
But
I would
once
say
you
that
got the hang of the game and what to do, it's not too bad. We'll touch on that more later.
I think I probably put about a total of maybe 3 hours or so into it. So
La-ti-da.
yeah, well, you know.
I probably put like 5 or 6, but that's like not using save states, and that's just stopping and starting again all over.
Oh, see, I would play like 2 or 3 levels, and then I'd use a save state, and then come back to it later.
I like to do where I play through a few, like for the first night that I do the review, and then I'll stop and then start again and see how I progress, like how much better I did from the night before.
I
see how faster I can do it, and yeah, I prefer doing it that way.
Yeah, the old school, the right way.
Yes, fuck save states.
I do it the cheating ass way.
I could definitely do that, but I choose not to. I'm a privileged player.
Yeah. So, speedrun.com has a record set at 24 minutes and 51 seconds by Unusual Cook.
I've actually watched that speed run.
Was it pretty good? I didn't watch this one.
A lot of skywalking.
Yeah, I would think so. But we can talk about that in a minute of how you can kind of cheat this game. But let's go ahead and jump into.
I just wanted to discuss what Chuck D head looks like.
Oh yeah,
just for the listeners or the gamers that don't know, he's pretty much like, you can go look at a picture of it. You can stop right now. We'll be here when you get back.
Maybe.
Welcome back. For the ones that just want to listen and have the theater of the mind, it's pretty much a bandaged lump of meat with no head, with 2 eyes sticking out of his chest, and when you use the punch attack, your whole face, like your brain juts out with teeth and a mouth, and that's how you attack people.
Yeah, that's
Chuck D.
like
head.
He's a mummy, basically.
Yeah, I say like a severe car accident, like victim, just
right.
Wrapped up in like the girl we saw down in Cuba who took one of those little mopeds out for a fun ride while she's drunk.
Oh no!
Yeah, she came back in bandages and looked like Chuck D. head.
Oh my goodness!
Don't drive mopeds drunk in Cuba. This is a PSA from Secret Levels Podcast.
There you go. Should we get into the gameplay?
Yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's jump head first.
So this game is set up into 7 parts with 3 levels each. So that means there's 21 levels total. The first 2 levels of each part is basically, you can run through these sections really quick if you want to.
Yeah, there's multiple paths you can take as well.
Lots of multiple paths, and the main goal in the first 2 levels of each part is just to get to the end.
The first one's normally horizontal. The second one's vertical.
Right, and you can search and grab a bunch of items and stuff, and we'll get to the items here in just a second.
They do come in handy.
They do come in handy a lot.
They come in heady.
Yes, they do. In the third levels, you have to search because you have to find a specific item that's hidden, and then you go do the boss fight. And if you go do the boss fight and you try to walk out the exit, it'll say that you need the item.
Nope.
So
like you can't go.
might as well find that item so you don't have to backtrack.
And it's the items and the special item that you need are hidden inside these little gargoyle statues. You got to smash them in order to get it.
Right. So for the buttons, you've got the jump button. And if you keep pressing the jump button when you're in the air, you'll do kind of like an airwalk kind of glide.
Like a Yoshi flutter.
Yes, exactly. So I was kind of also thinking like Mario's tail in Mario 3, where you know how you kind of just...
Yeah.
It's
kind of remind me of Luigi as well in Mario 2.
Yeah, a little bit. I gotcha. So you have an attack button, which Goobs was talking about a minute ago. It's like your head comes out of your chest and kind of like, I guess, bites or headbutts your enemy.
Just, I don't know, maybe just like fucking head punch them?
I guess. And then you can also find an upgradable skull that sits on top of your shoulders that becomes like a projectile, sort of.
And that will launch the same time as you use your face attack.
Yes. So you can hit enemies further away, and it kind of boomerangs back to you.
Yeah, even if it's laying dormant on the ground as well, it will still cause damage, which is pretty cool.
Yes, that came in handy a lot.
Yeah, for bosses, you kind of just lob it right at their feet and just like, okay, you're getting damaged.
Yes. And then you have the laboratory button. So you can go into this little laboratory.
The window.
Yeah. You can go into this laboratory at any point and use your special items that you found throughout the stage. So there's 6 items. Do you want me to tell you about them, Goobs?
Oh, let's hear about these special items.
I didn't write down what they were called, but in the manual it does tell you what each potion is called.
And it'll also tell you on the screen, too, if you click down, it will tell you about the item that you're about to use, because that's pretty useful. Elsewise, I would have no fucking clue.
Right. Now, did you find that menu a little bit of a pain in the ass when you were trying to figure out like what they did?
Yeah, when I first did it, like, because you want to hit the button to back out of it, but that just restarts it again. So
right.
you're reading this text multiple times. Okay, I get it. They have to wait for it to completely stop, then you can back out.
Yeah, I kept fucking that up, and I'd be like, son of a bitch, and then I'd cycle through it, and then I'd hit it again and be like, son of a bitch. And
I did that a lot in my first playthrough, because that's the first thing I did. I wanted to learn about the attacks before I went and played the game. So I hit the window button right away. I'm like, what the fuck's a window button? And then that ensued for about 5 minutes of me reading things multiple times.
Yeah, I still was reading them all the way through my playthrough to make sure I was picking the right items, because I picked the wrong ones a couple of times, and I was like...
That will happen. It's all about trial and error with that kind of shit in that menu.
Right. So one of the items, one of the potions, I should say, is you have a clear-all, basically.
Which is fucked. The whole level goes wavy. I don't know if it helps or hinders you at times.
It'll kill everything that's on the screen. And now, all of these items last for 10 seconds. So
a little timer comes up above your head.
That way, your not head, yeah. But that way, I'm not saying it over and over. It lasts for 10 seconds. All of these last for 10 seconds. So, but yeah, the screen gets all wavy and it kind of gets hard to control. But it does kill everything. So it's a nice one to have when you're trying to just run through the level.
Oh, definitely.
Then we've got the one that'll make you immune to attacks for 10 seconds. It's basically like a shield. Like it covers you. It's like a ball goes around
Think
you.
like the Sonic shield that you can get to protect yourself. Like invincibility.
Yeah, but if you run through enemies and stuff, it'll also kill them. So kind of... It's better than the kill everything on screen, I think.
Yeah, and it's not all wavy.
Right. And then you have the freeze item, which makes all the enemies stop. And you can walk through them and they won't hurt you.
Again, if it gets down to the last 10 seconds, you're kind of screwed.
You can still attack the enemies, but you can walk through them and they won't hurt you. Then you've got your faster and jump higher item, which is pretty self-explanatory. You're a little faster and you can jump a little higher. Then you've got the strength and extension, so it makes your headbutt thing from your chest go out a little bit further, and it's also stronger. So that's good to use on the main bosses.
And you're gonna need that.
Yes. And then I forgot about the special attack item. So you can use this on any character, but it sends just a single like bolt of lightning or something at the.
You can like control a ball and like shoot it at your enemy.
Yeah.
And it deals massive amount of damage.
Even in the little summary, it says use it on boss enemies, but you can use it on any enemy. I tried it out just to see if it would work on just the common enemies throughout the game, and it will, but it's kind of a waste because it's powerful. So use those on the boss. And then you can also collect coins for the minigame at the end. So after you beat the 3rd level in that set, you get to play this minigame, and you can collect up to 5 coins, I think. I never got more than 5. Did you? How many did you get?
Yeah, that's pretty much my max out.
So, how do you explain that minigame?
You pretty much go into this room and you get to pick a slot, and then your character, depends on how many guys you got.
How many coins?
Yeah, will go up and then move all different directions and then end up at the top, and you get power-ups so you go through a hole or get nothing.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain because it kind of seems random because you can't see that. They just have a track that they kind of follow, and you don't know what's at the end of the track. So you're just it's kind of a blind bet. You just you can put multiple coins on one row too. Did you know that?
Yeah, you definitely can. You can edge your bets.
So yeah, you can put all 5 of them on one row or space them out because usually there's only 5 rows that you can pick from.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing at the end of it, but I guess, hey, you get some power-ups out of it.
Yeah, you get some power-ups.
Maybe some extra lives.
Yep. So your health is indicated by 2 hearts in the top left corner, and you can find other hearts throughout the game, so you can have up to 5, I think.
And you can go to the menu and also put in... You can give yourself 3 lives if you want. And I suggest you do so.
Yes, you can start out with the 3 lives. Now, the damage is a little bit weird because let's say you have it set to 3 hearts. Each heart takes 2 hits before it goes away. So that's 6 hits total. You can get
it's very forgiving.
Times. It is, but it's really confusing because you're like, why do I still have a heart?
Yeah, you're not used to that when it comes to these older games.
Right, or if you pick up a heart to refill your health, you're like, well, why didn't I got a heart? Why did I get hit? And I don't know. It gets a little bit confusing because it does take 2 hits to make it go away, because once you get hit once, it puts like a white outline around it, and then you get hit the second time, and that's when it's gone. It's weird.
Yeah, but hey, I like things a little forgiving sometimes. Right. Especially after last week.
What happened last week?
Castlevania happened last week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and those hearts don't do shit for you.
No.
There's quite a bit of variety in this game. There's lots of different enemies. Sometimes when you bust open those tombs that Goobs was talking about, you'll find enemies inside, which will piss you off every fucking time because you'll always have that extra skull projectile and you'll lose it. If you get hit, you'll lose it.
Yeah, which sucks. And I think you only get that maybe once or twice per level. It's very few and far between.
Right, and it's probably one of the best things. It is the best thing to have throughout this game. Like, all the power-ups and stuff are great, but that extra projectile head really helps out.
Oh, it definitely does. And everyone likes a little head. Maybe not from a skeleton, but hey, get what you can get.
Hey, yeah, you got to get what you can get. I mean,
you get what you get and don't get upset.
Is there anything else you want to mention about the gameplay before I go into music?
Yeah, some of the things on the levels I found very confusing. And the fact of the matter is, sometimes you think you can jump on something and you can't. There's some tops of the trees you can jump on and others you can't. There's little clouds that are everywhere. And
some you can land on and some you can't.
Yeah, like at the first level you can't land on them, but in other levels you can. I'm like, a little continuity would be fucking nice, because when you're playing a game, you like to get a strategy down. If I can cloud jump and, skywalk all the way through a level, I'm going to, because fuck it. If they put that in the game, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's not cheating if it's available like that.
Yeah, it's a strat at that time for me to try to speedrun this shit. And then, you just end up, sometimes you'll fall down, hit the lava, 1-hit kills, and you're fucking done, no matter how many hearts you have.
Yeah. Oh, and I will say the invincibility will not work if you land in lava. I tested that out, so
Yeah,
you die.
lava is the end of the story. That's a game over, dude. We're not done the episode. Keep listening.
Yeah, keep listening. Keep listening. So yeah, no, like you said, the trees they need a little bit of a better indication that you could jump on them, like you said, because there was one part in the game where I was walking forward and I saw the enemy jump off the high part and land on the tree, and that's the only reason I was like, oh,
yeah. Some of
that's
the
a
trees you
platform.
can land on is just like, what the fuck? I fell down somewhere and I landed on a tree. I'm like, oh, I guess I could jump on a tree. And then I tried to jump on a tree, and then it wouldn't let me jump on it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, then there's like little skull things and another level that you can jump on. It is kind of hit and miss on what you can actually land
You
on.
can also jump on enemies in this game. There's a lot of ways you can kill enemies.
Yeah, I forget that. What do you think about that? Because you've got to you have to hit them you have to jump on them 3 times.
Depends on the size of them, yeah. Because you bury them into the ground pretty much. You jump on them, they go down a bit, jump on them again, they go down, and they go boom, gone. Sayonara, motherfucker.
It's like the first jump knocks them off their feet, the second jump knocks them halfway into the ground, and then the third jump pushes them all the way into the ground. And it is annoying. I
found it kind of useful at times to boost your momentum, because momentum is a big part in this game. If you want to keep, if you slow down, you're not going to be able to jump as high or as far as you would be if you're running full speed. And once you get full momentum, you want to keep going. It makes you skywalk further, and you just want to keep moving in this game. You don't really want to come to a stop.
Right, and there's...
Only when you want to shove one of those poles up your ass for health.
See, I couldn't figure out what to do with those. There's like these...
pole vault things.
Yeah, I couldn't... They would kind of like throw you a little bit, and I read in the manual, I think, that it gives you health, but I didn't figure out how to get
if they're upright, you jump on top. You can jump on top of them, and it drains the red meter, makes it white, and you get health from shoving this pole vault up your ass.
Oh. I mean, that's not really what you're doing, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I had no idea, and I kept trying to use it to like fling me across the level, and sometimes it would work, and sometimes it wouldn't, and I was just like, whatever.
Very finicky. If you hit it and you don't have any momentum or speed behind you, you're not going anywhere. You're just grabbing onto it, giving it a nice hug, and then you're kind of stuck there for a couple seconds.
Yeah, because you can't just jump off of it. It like controls you, and it's annoying. And it goes like forward, back, and then forward, and kind of launches you, and you're just stuck at its mercy until it's ready to let go of you.
There's also a couple auto scrolling moments in this game as well. We got like this big wall of tiki guys behind you, and then like this like robo bulldozer dude.
Yeah, I like the variety in the levels like that, and it gave a little more. Now, the robo tank looking thing, I wasn't expecting a little alien tongue to come out of it. You know, like the Alien movies, how it's got the little alien tongue.
bitey tongue.
The bitey tongue. Yeah, there's a bitey tongue that comes out of
I'm sure there's a more scientific word for that, but we're calling it the bitey tongue.
No. I think I've heard a doctor call it a bitey tongue once.
You want to keep that away from your head. Chuck D.
the little bitey tongue going for Chuck D's head. Anyways, but yeah, no, those levels were really fun. I really enjoyed those. And this is one of your typical side scrollers where you've got like your fire level, which has all the lava, and then you've got your ice level where everything's slippery. You can't have a good side scroller without the
I just wish there was an elevator. I guess that's more of a beat 'em up cliche.
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up cliche, but still there's plenty of like vertical levels in this where you're just going straight up or straight down.
Straight up, down? Do you really love me forever? Whoa, ho, ho. That's a old song reference. Got to get one in every show.
Yep, there you go. But yeah, I feel like there was a lot of good variety in this game of the level layouts and stuff. Although the level layouts could be very confusing.
Yeah, they definitely can be.
And frustrating.
But overall, it has a nice background to the levels, nice foreground.
Yeah. Everything looks nice on it. It just would be, like you said, nice to be able to tell what you can fucking jump on and what you can't.
Yes, like it's very confusing and convoluted at times. That's a big fucking word for me.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Everyone give this review a 5 stars just for me saying convoluted. Even though if it doesn't make sense, I still used a big word.
I thought you were going to fuck it up the second time you said it.
No, I didn't get that word tattooed on my lip.
So, we're kind of talking about how like nice everything looks. What about the sounds, the music?
The sounds are kind of like more than the looks. This soundtrack is fucking banging.
Yeah, it's got a pretty good soundtrack. A couple of songs I feel like sounded a little Mega Man-ish.
They definitely did. And some of the ice level stages and later on stages are like absolutely awesome. And each power-up has its own different song as well, so that's very interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of music in this little bitty game, They've got a sound test area in the options, which I love when games have the sound test because I like to go through and listen to all the sound effects.
And then steal them for the show, which you all can hear.
You're listening to it right now. I stole this from the game.
It's not stealing, it's borrowing. We'll give it back.
Yeah, you can have it back later. But yeah, it's got a really good soundtrack. It's got some really good sound effects. But I've got one sound effect that gave me beef.
What's that?
When you're swimming. The swimming noise. So the swimming noise sounds like the echo the dolphin, like when you do the little call, when you can talk to the other animals and stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds just like that
kind of thing.
So you're just pressing the button trying to swim and you just hear that over and over, and it kind of was driving me crazy.
That's one thing I didn't like about this game, the swimming levels.
Yeah, everything swimming sucked. I hated the damn fish and everything.
Those fish will jump on land and fucking attack you.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up on land and water. It don't matter. They're coming after you.
Fucking multi-purpose fish.
Oh, man. But yeah, the music's really good. I thought it's a pretty banging soundtrack, dog.
Yeah, I did not mind it at all. This game was pretty tight when it comes to the tunes, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make my phone not interact with the mic.
If you're having phone problems, you can go take that call somewhere else, Scoobs.
Yeah, I definitely could. It's kind of it's not an emergency, but it's just like Jenny wanted to call and say hi. Shout out to Jenny Bean. She got to get her shout outs here.
Love you, Jenny Bean.
Remember, always Chuck D head, even after you're married.
Well, go talk to her so maybe you can get some Chuck D head. I'm in trouble for that one. But yeah, go take that phone call, Goobs.
Yeah, I'll be right back, Toby. Sorry.
All right. Sure do hope he gets some Chuck D head. I'm just gonna scratch my head while I wait on Goobs to come back from talking to his wife on the phone. And oh, Goobs, Genie, did you just come out of my hair?
Came out of your ponytail.
Oh,
Cause I'm horny. Let's do it. Right in your ponytail. Hocus pocus, let me stroke this.
So do you have a cheat for us, Goobs Genie?
Oh, I definitely do, Toby Twos. Toby Two Steps. We're gonna do some line dancing after me and Tex and Toby.
Or just some lines. Who knows?
Oh yeah, let's do a key or two. 8 balls. Splendid.
Okay, I talked big game. I don't know what all that means.
I just know it from TV shows.
Come on, Goobs Genie. What's the code?
So if you want to select which round you want to be in options, move the if you want to select... Fuck's sake, Goobs Genie.
Get it together, Goobs Genie.
If you want to select which round you will begin in options, move the cursor to the exit. Now press right, left, left, A. The round select text appears. Ooh, it will show up. Set it to on. Always turn everything on when the Goobs Genie is around. And when you begin a game, the round select menu appears. You can pick which level you want to go to and or round. Let's have a round of applause for the Goobs Genie.
Hey, that was pretty good, Goobs Genie. I appreciate that. I really do.
That's why you don't have to use a save file. Save state.
Hey, don't. I like save states. Don't make me feel guilty about that, Goobs.
Play the game like a man. Ooh.
You're just a fucking genie. Get back in wherever you came from.
No.
Get!
I'm not going back in your underwear drawer. Oh, it smells of cucumbers and Vaseline.
Shh, don't tell everyone that. Fucking Goobs genie. What the fuck?
Why do I smell cucumbers and Vaseline?
Hey, Goobs. Was Jenny okay?
Yeah, she's great.
You want to hear some fun facts?
It's time for Fun Facts with Toby. Kring!
All right, Goobs. This is...
Okay, I'm ready for this, man.
How much is this game?
Wow.
There was some stank on that one.
You got some stank on that bitch.
Yeah.
You gonna give me some Chuck D head?
I'm gonna give you... we'll see. We'll see where the night goes. So,
if I get this right or not.
In this game, Goobs is from Canada, if you don't know, now you know. And he is going to try to guess the American prices for this game if you are going to find it loose at your local retro video game store.
Nice and dirty. People's fucking
Canadian
turd fingers all over it. I wonder how many games I bought that had turd fingers on it. That's kind of gross to think of.
Yeah.
And you touched it, you blown it. Like, you put your lips on it.
Gross. And then you wipe your eyes and then you get pink eye.
Yeah, you get fucking NES pink eye.
Ugh. So,
or Sega stink eye.
Okay, so this is for the Sega Genesis, just a loose copy of the cartridge. Let's say it's in pretty fair condition. It's not tore up on the label.
No
it's
poop
loose.
fingers?
No poop fingers. How much do you think it goes for?
$10.
$10.
$10.
Yeah?
Yep.
$10?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
It goes for $12.
Shit!
You're pretty close.
You were close.
Fuck you, Oak.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about complete in box. And when we talk about Sega Genesis, they have these nice
plastic clamshells, man.
Oh, those clamshells.
Yeah, everyone loves a nice clam.
Clams. Yes. So this is the clam case, the manual, and the video game. How much do you think complete in box this
Let's go
video
for
game goes
fucking 35.
35? Are you sure?
Yes, I hate how you make me second. I'm never gonna fault away because you're gonna fuck me up.
Hold on. 35. Make a second guess, just to have it as your backup. And if you're within $2, I'll give it to you. So give me another guess. You said 35.
35 and 52.
52. Whoa! It was $25.
Oh. See, I always go higher.
I know. I was trying to jack with you. I thought you were gonna go lower.
Just
but,
like Creed. Can you take me higher? And then you like smash your head against the table because everyone hates Creed. Sorry I did that to your earlobes, everyone, but hey.
It had to be done. It had
to be done.
Okay, so here's the rest of the fun facts. Decap Attack is actually a westernized version of the Japanese game Magical Hat no Barobi Tabo Badoken.
You were close.
Good try, Toby.
Close enough.
I actually played that game.
Did you play it?
I played a bit of it. It's you're a kid with a magical hat, and you throw an egg at people. At least that's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
the
that's
sprites
exactly
are totally different. It's kind of the same setup. The levels are different. Music is different. Everything's different besides your character. It's fucking weird. But the same kind of level. It's not the same layout, but the same aesthetic.
Yeah, aesthetics.
Thank you for that show that we just stole that from.
Interstate Gamers, our boys.
Yeah, Interstate Gamers.
Go check them out. But yeah, so that game...
The music is way better in this one, and the gameplay is way better. I like this one a lot better. I only played a bit of, like, a few levels. It's one hit fucking kill on that one, so it's way harder.
Right. So the reason they actually changed it was because that's actually a anime series called Flying Turbo Adventure, And I guess for whatever reason, when they brought it to North America, they either didn't have the rights anymore, or they just were like, fucking North Americans won't understand
Halloween.
this. Yeah, but it does make so much more sense with the islands in that game.
Oh, they're actual islands. They're not like fucking skull parts.
Yeah, it makes 100% more sense. So actually, this Magical Hat and Decap Attack, they were inspired by another game called Psycho Fox, and that's on the Sega Master System, and it basically has the same mechanics as the other two, but it's like the earliest version of it. So basically, from what I understand, Psycho Fox came out, Magical Hat was kind of like an upgrade of that gameplay, and then Decap Attack is an upgrade of Magical Hat.
It's what us Westerners stole.
Yes, and made better.
It's also in PAL as well, so they got the same version as we did.
Right. So, like, in the Magical Hat version, like you said, you throw an egg instead of a skeleton skull.
Got a leg on your face.
And then instead of throwing your chest head, you actually have a little fist that comes out and punches.
Yeah, you have like a stretchy hand.
So, yeah, it's the same gameplay exactly. It's just they changed up how the sprites look and
I like
level.
this like paint of coat or a coat of paint better than the other one.
Yeah. Now, I will say that Psycho Fox looks kind of fun. I mean, it's the same game. It's just, it looks cute. It's not bad.
Oh, one thing I want to touch on, too. How ugly is the fucking start screen of this game?
Yeah.
It's like fucking diarrhea shot on the fucking screen with a couple characters on it. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah. So in the back of the manual, there's a score chart. So you, your friends, and your family could keep track of who had the high score.
I miss when games do that.
Yeah, it's kind of neat because it's got a place for your name, the date, and your score, and if you were successful at beating the game. So I thought that was kind of neat.
I used to keep a little, like a notepad and paper, so I write down my high scores and everything like that, and me, my brother, and my friends that came over would all challenge each other.
Oh, that's funny. That's real funny.
Yeah, that's fucking 90s shit.
There was a comic strip in some of the UK versions of Sonic the Comic, and it ran over like 30 issues or something like that. And basically, it was just a short little strip. And from what I understood, it was Chuck and the Skull talking and making fun of each other and occasionally fighting bad guys.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Before he turns into a little kid at the end of the game.
Yeah, he turns into Charlie.
Yeah, we mentioned Charlie, but we didn't mention that he turns into a little kid.
Yeah, he turns
when he shows up dead at the house.
Yeah.
I am dead.
Oh, yeah. When after you beat the boss, he's like crawling back to Frank Stein. And
that was bogus. He's using like old 90s slang. It's great.
Yeah, it is great. Mega Magazine, which is like, I guess the Mega Master System Sega.
So like Nintendo Power?
Yeah, it's Sega's Nintendo Power basically. But obviously not for North America because we didn't have Mega Master whatever. Anyways, so their magazine placed this game at number 22 in their top Mega Drive games of all time. So that's pretty high up there on the list. Especially
for an early Sega game as well.
Right, yeah, 91?
91's pretty early in the life of the Genesis.
Yes, sir. But that is all I've got for the fun facts.
Well, thank you for enlightening us.
Yeah, I hope they were fun, and I hope they were factful.
You know what? Enough of facts. Now it's time for fucks. It's time for the rage meter.
Oh, come on!
So this is the part of the show where we let all of our rage out on this game. We played it for a week or so, and now we just need to talk shit, and we're going to give it a rating from 1 to 10, 1 being it's not bad.
Talk shit or get your head split.
10 is getting your head split bad.
Yeah, when you fucking do like a nollie nose grind, man, and then you hit your head off a rail, bro.
Give yourself
skateboarding.
Skateboard.
Yeah, skateboards. Crack your melon, bro.
You should go first on this, or do you want me to go first on the rage meter?
I always end up going first.
All right.
So I might as well, unless you want to go.
No, you're fine. You go.
Don't want a Canadian standoff here. Oh, you go. No, you go.
No,
Sorry,
I
eh?
insist.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, eh? Yeah, no, this, I raged a bit on in the first part, like as we talked about before, when the window menu, you keep on reading the same thing over again. I'm like, okay, how's the rest of the game going to play out? Because this is kind of shit right now. But once you figure all that out, how to navigate a menu, because that's the hardest part, you go in and then, there's birds in this game. Just got to remind everyone, there are birds and lots of birds in this game. And I have a fear of birds, as you guys know. Everyone listening to this show knows I have a fear of birds. I do not like them. And they will come at you from all different angles. So that gets at least a 2 for me so far. Just because there's birds in this game. You can jump on them. You can use them as kind of leverage sometimes, which I enjoy. I don't enjoy killing birds in real life, but in video game, I get a fucking kick out of it. That's why I love Duck Hunt. You go and, once you get the momentum, you can use the birds to keep the momentum going, or other shit. And sometimes enemies just pop up out of nowhere, they're low to the ground, they'll shoot their arrows at you. You can bash them with your face, but yeah, unless you have the head sometimes, it's very, very awkward to hit those lower characters. So you need some low head in this game. Definitely take them out. The clouds, as I mentioned before, I wish you could land on some of them. Some of the objects you don't know if you can land on or not. But overall, the bosses are pretty fucking easy in this game. Once you get them into the right stage, what do I want to say? Once you get them to the right spot in the level, you can pretty much stun lock them for the most part and just use your power-ups. Like, you can use the one where you stretch your face out longer and hit harder. Or you can use the one where you shoot the ball at them. If you use those in a combination, you can fucking fuck them right up, and it's absolutely awesome. When you beat an enemy, the enemies are great in this game. I love the different characters. There's a fucking Yeti. Like, who doesn't love beating up a Yeti in a video game? That's absolutely great. And I wanted to mention one thing as well that we kind of skipped over that I wanted to say. This is the one thing I wanted to say throughout this whole game. Is that the main boss character? What the fuck's his name? Decap? Max Decap?
Max Decap.
He looks like something out of Heavy Metal 2000 or like the heavy metal movies.
Yeah, he
looks like an S&M monster. It's like Rob Halford like transformed into a monster. Just like wearing like bondage gear and stuff. It's fucking awesome looking.
It is. That's funny.
It'd be cool to have like on a poster, like black light poster back in the 90s.
Smoke some doobies to it.
Yeah, smoke some doobies to the fucking Max Decap, man. Yeah. Let's get high, Max. Let's get high to the max.
So what was your rage score?
I got a 2 so far.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give it a 6.
A 6 overall?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Okay, well, see...
Once you get into it, and like the skywalking really helps you out, man, so it's not too bad.
Right. I'm going to give it a 7 on the rage meter. I feel like some of the maps...
That's with save states, folks.
Not with save states, but if I was playing this straight through... Don't call me out on my shit, man. That's going to make me rage even more. I feel like some of these maps are a little difficult to navigate through. You can do things...
Would you say convoluted?
Convoluted, yes. And
word of the day.
You can do things the multiple ways, and you can miss a bunch of stuff if you don't search every nook and cranny. Some of the enemies, like the fucking arrow guy, the guy that throws the arrows, he gets me every single time.
The little bald guy with the like propeller hat?
Well, not him, but there's one that throws arrows, and
oh yes,
he gets me every time. The fly
Oliver
trap,
Queen.
The fly trap pisses me off. The yellow thing,
Oliver Queen, Oliver, the
Oliver
Green
Queen.
Arrow.
Yes, that's Oliver Queen.
I said Quinn.
Oh,
oh well.
The yellow thing with the red spikes shell on top of it, God, that thing pissed me off. The fish, the stupid ass fish, was getting me every single time.
Yeah, the landfish.
Yeah, and you have to hit him 2 or 3 times before he dies. He's a bastard. The ice levels were fun, but there's a part where you have to make these little bitty precision jumps over these little springs, And if you don't do it right, it bounces you up to the level above you, and you have to start over.
Oh, yes. Those springs, too. We forgot to mention those. Where we bounce off the walls. Sometimes that's a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the air puffs, too. Oh, I'm going up to a fucking 7.
There you go. There you go. And if you didn't have the item in the third level after you beat the boss, you had to backtrack and go find it after you beat the boss, and then make your way all the way back through the whole entire level. And it's just kind of annoying. It's not even that it's hard.
Especially if you used all your platforms already, because your platforms don't respawn.
Yeah, nothing respawns. So except the enemies. But yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So you're giving it a 7 now?
Yeah, so the platforms not responding really bit me in the ass a couple times too.
Yeah, me too. Luckily,
you can fuck yourself hard. 7.5.
Luckily, you've got that airwalk and you've got some of those power-ups that help you like jump higher and stuff. So that was a saving grace on that. But, so you're going to go with 7.5, and I'm going to go with a 7 on the Rage meter.
Yeah, I raised myself a 1.5 on this one. Once you start talking about it, and then memories come back, hateful ones, and then you're just like, yeah, no, that was not fun.
Yeah. But now let's slip into something a little more nice.
Yeah, this little black number I bought for this episode.
Yeah. It's called the ratings. We're about to give this game a rating from 1 to 10. 1 being it's terrible, you should never play it. 10 being it's the best game that we've ever played and we recommend it highly.
Like putting whipped cream on your nipples.
Yes, I recommend that highly. So Goobs, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this game I'm gonna go with 7.
7?
Question marks?
Question marks?
The music in this game was absolutely amazing. The sprites, as I mentioned, were absolutely great.
Right.
I don't really have a pass with this game. I maybe played it in passing once or twice, so it was kind of like a new experience to me to beat the game all the way through. And very much enjoyable. There is a little bit of a challenge here, but we enjoy the challenge, as we say on this show. Bring on the retro heart, and this game, they kind of bring it. The menu was a little bit finicky, so it loses a couple points on that for me, but overall, the bosses are great, music, everything's there. And there's a color change up, but it's not the same levels over and over again.
Right.
And it's, I'm going to stick with the 7. I really enjoyed this game.
Okay. Well,
What about you, Topsy? Topsky.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to give this game a 7.5. I really enjoyed the game overall. It was a really good platforming experience. The story I felt like was a little dumb, and I think they had to make it that way because they had to piece it together from the Magical Hat game.
They're stealing this from an anime, so there's...
Yeah, so they did the best that they could.
Who needs
but,
a fucking story anyways?
Yeah, the story made no sense, but I think where it lacked in story, like the goofiness and the funness and the challenge made up for it. I like that it had a lot of variety in enemies and items. The items menu was pretty cool. I really liked that you had stuff stored up and you could pick and choose.
Once you learn how to navigate it.
Yeah. No shit. It was nice that everything carried over from level to level. You know, so like if you had potions and stuff, they'd carry over into the next level. I thought the enemy designs were pretty solid. The boss battles were pretty solid. There was one that really got me, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was so damn hard.
The mole?
Yes! The mole where he's throwing the rocks. That one whooped my ass.
The mole, you fight a clam as well, or like a kind of like sea urchin motherfucker.
Yeah.
He looks like Patrick Starfish. He looks really cocky too when he's driving around his shell.
Right. But yeah, I liked all the bosses and stuff. They were fun to try to figure out like what their weaknesses were and stuff. And the music was damn good, except for that Echo the Dolphin sound effect that I fucking hated.
Yeah, it gets quite annoying. And I'm sure you're going to play that all throughout this episode just to show people what we're talking about.
So you gave it a 7?
Yep.
I gave it a 7.5.
So I'm a mathematics scientist right now. That's 7.25.
There you go. Simple folk with simple scores.
Finish him.
So this is the part of the show where we decapitate ourselves and
Whoa, man.
whoa, that got dark quick. It's a spooky episode, dude.
Ooh, I have no head.
But we're
Look, I'm using my head to give me head. Ooh.
So we're going to take this opportunity to tell you about our other shows and our other projects and stuff. Goops, tell me about your other stuff and stuff.
You can check out the Derailers podcast with my wonderful wife Jenny Bean and my best friend Ripkin, and we take the train off the tracks every single week, and we pick a random topic, talk about it, we throw some other random shit in there, and we have a story about a horse soldier called Naysay. Check out all those episodes and check out every episode of the Derailers podcast on every single platform you can pretty much find us on. Because just find us, and we'll find you. We'll touch each other's hearts, and we'll touch each other's
Tip.
minds as well. My throat. I don't want to touch that in my throat, though. It makes me cough too much. That's what's called ad-libbing in the business, folks. And then you can go check out Derailed Wrestling on YouTube. Check it out. This sounds exactly how it's spelled. Wrasslin, Wrasslin. Me and Ripkin put a whole bunch of people in a ring, fight them out, a whole bunch of characters we created, storylines we created, and fun we created just for you. That we didn't create. Your parents that created you in the hot, sweaty night back in 1984.
When the condom broke.
Yeah. And your mom didn't swallow.
Ew. This got real weird real quick.
Hey, man, you threw it out there, so
I know, I shouldn't have.
Blame Toby for that whole past 30 seconds of your life.
Sorry.
And then what about your show, good sir?
Well, first off, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Toby Von Doom. And then I also am a part of the Secret Transmission podcast, where we talk about all kinds of spooky stuff all year long. And we talk about ghosts, we talk about conspiracies, we talk about cryptozoology, serial killers, and much, much more. You can find us available on all the major podcasting apps. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Secret Transpod. But Goobs, I got to tell you about this show and its social media plugs, bro.
Plug all the holes, Toby.
Plug them all. So you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Secret Levels Pod. We'd love it if you did. We have a Facebook page. Please go like the shit out of that. We have a Facebook group called Secret Levels Group.
We got a motherfucking Discord.
We got the Discord. There's a link in the description of this episode.
We have a great family in there and it keeps growing all the time. Come join all the OGs and the new Gs. Everyone's a G when you're a gamer. That's how we do it on the streets.
Ooh, I liked it.
Come play some Smash Brothers with us. Play any games with us. We've been playing some Castle Crashers recently, the remake on the Switch. We've been playing some Mario Kart 8. So if you got those games you want to come play, just fucking hit us up, man. I'll be on there. I'm all over that. Playing all the time with the boys.
With
Great
the
group.
boys. Yep.
And we talk about cheeseburgers a lot. And doing laundry. Someone's always doing laundry on Friday nights. You know who you are. I hate to spell your name out, but it's R-I-K-U.
You could join the group and find out for yourself if you don't know how to spell. But Goobs, speaking of laundry,
yeah, if you need some great things to wash in laundry, you can go to tpublic.com/user/secretlevels and get some nice shirts that you can make all sweaty while you're playing games and getting all frustrated and raging out. Then, like, you have your man sweat or woman sweat all over it, or whatever sweat you want to do. It's 2019. Everyone sweats.
Everyone sweats.
And then you can take that and get your laundry done. And then after that, you have a fresh new Secret Level shirt on, fresh as the day as you bought it. It looks just as good as on you as it ever did.
That's right. You know what, Goobs? You could also leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy what we do here. If you don't
5 stars for convoluted. Remember, folks.
Please, we need some stars. We only have a handful, and we need 2.
We need a lot more stars. Yeah, we need definitely 2 handfuls of everything. Game over, folks.